Hey, 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 and welcome to a new episode of Super Desperation. Push it! How y'all doing tonight?
Very disappointed.
You're disappointed? We only
Yeah.
had 1 minute, and I had to start early because we didn't have enough time for the other song.
That's your fault.
Yep.
See, we were supposed to open the cast with 2 good songs, then he decided to play that other.
You know what? I will listen to Four Leafs' request when he beats me in a 5-on-5.
In a 5-on-5, he beat.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
God,
All
right.
Do we gotta go to the tape? Gotta review the film?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Okay.
could all review the film where you basically cheat to get the game back.
Hey, man! Don't call it what you gotta call it. But the point is, I advanced. He went home. Not only did he go home, he drove me back to my hotel.
Okay.
I don't
no,
actually think he went home. I think he stayed for one more match as you got your shit pushed in next game.
Yeah. Okay. So here,
I did my
this is
job.
what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Stop. Okay, Chris, you're talking all this crap. He beat you that same weekend in a money match. We're gonna do another money match this weekend. 4-Leaf versus Hell Pockets.
Why are you mad? Why are you mad?
Forced on you. I don't give a shit what you say. I'm forcing your ass to play him. Otherwise, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you one way or the other.
Hey, man.
4-Leaf, you good with this?
Damn.
I ain't mad.
Man, SoCal is just tight over games they don't even play, man.
Yo, we could review the tape, and all we're gonna see is you being a jackass. I don't know what kind of fucking Zapruder film he thinks is gonna be, and be like, you see, it actually wasn't me. There was another jackass that fucking complained his way into a victory he didn't deserve.
You call all right. You see it your way. I'll see it my way.
Yeah,
We'll
mine's
agree,
a
we'll agree to disagree.
Hey,
Don't
they
give me
say
that
420 vision's fucking perfect, right?
Exactly.
I think so, right.
That shit's like 80 vision or something.
But anyway, welcome to Super Desperation Radio. It is the week of NorCal Regionals.
Woo!
So, we're all pretty hype. I mean, those of us that actually have our plans to get there and where we're sleeping. Some of us are a little bit more trepidatious, if you will.
Oh, y'all left sleeping? Who's leaving you guys swinging in the wind?
We just haven't talked to the person who's supposed to be driving and everything yet.
Oh, snap. Yeah, you guys
So-
usually got to get that shit unlocked before,
Yeah,
Wednesday.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's the kind of the thing, that kind of happens. You want to go to a tournament, but things fall through, so you 50-50 kind of end up bumming it a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably gonna happen. Hopefully not too much though, because I hate being that guy who goes to a tournament and it's just like, "Hey, dude, can I sleep on your floor?" I mean, I know we don't really know each other that well, but
I'm on a podcast called Super Desperation Radio, and I'd really appreciate it if you let me sleep in your bathtub.
if I ever try to use SDR as a means to get anything, I think I'll show myself out. I'll take several.
You'd at least try and
Sir, take a seat. Sir, take several seats.
I'm a part of a podcast that is affiliated with I Play Winner. You don't ever say the 3 letters.
Yeah, we're all IPW, like, I'm IPW Hell Pockets, or IPW Super Effects, and IPW Lord Walkman. Fucking celebrities, man. Oh, man, we're getting off topic. We haven't even started yet.
What are you talking about? I'm a big deal. That's the fucking real topic here.
Oh, yeah, you?
Yeah, dude, I'm part of SDR.
Oh, that's right. You are SDR Sanchez. Or what? Sanders. I'm sorry. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, dude, you gotta not use my real name. I'm white. I'm completely a white person.
Curtis Sanders.
Yeah.
So,
I'll go ahead.
NCR starts on Friday for everybody who doesn't know. 3 days.
3-day
Sadly.
tournament.
Sadly.
What's wrong with 3-day tournaments?
I can't tell if you're joking or if you're just trying to egg me on. But
A little bit from column A, a little bit from column B.
Well, okay. So if we're just going to start, we're going to talk about NCR. NCR is a 3-day tournament, and it is becoming sort of common for 3-day tournaments. And I don't know about you guys, but I hate it.
That's... Well, I won't comment on this yet because I'm still formulating my thoughts. So who wants to at least respond to that?
Okay, 3-day tournaments. I like and don't like them. I like them because I get to hang out with some of my buddies for an extra day. I don't like them because more people actually don't go to these because every tournament now is 3 days. A lot of people work a 5-day week. It's like, yo, I took Friday off for this tournament three weeks ago. They're not going to let me take this Friday off again. But I really want to go to this one, and this one's right next to me. and it doesn't happen. Plus, there's really no reason to do it if you have enough setups and everything.
Yeah, and honestly, even if you don't work a full-time job, even as a student when I was going to college, I knew that there would be times where you'd have tests on Friday, and a lot of teachers would just be like, "Well, why are you missing class?" "Oh, I wanted to go on a trip." "No, good luck. Your responsibility is to class, not to go into some vacation." So Friday, I mean, starting a tournament on Friday just doesn't make sense.
Would you prefer if it was something like maybe one tournament out of the year was 3 days?
Well, Evo was fine because, yeah, I mean, everybody knew about the dates of Evo, months in advance, several months in advance.
Mm-hmm.
It was never the best idea, but it was good because it used to be you could try to play everything. You could try to fit everything into Evo. Like, the problem now is people are like, oh, we need 3-day tournaments because we're running, the 8 games for Evo and all these other games, and it's like, then don't do it. I mean, simply put, basically, the only reasons that people are trying to do 3-day tournaments is because they feel like they don't have enough time to fit games that, honestly, they don't care about and they don't want to run. But they feel like they have to now. And whether that's just because they're trying to get more entrants so they can get more money to break even or profit, or just because they're actually trying to be nicer to the communities that maybe they harbor some warm feeling towards, even if they're smaller, don't do it. We all know that NCR could have seriously been Cross Tekken, Marvel 3, SF4, random 4th game. That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good because that's going to be 90% of the people who show up anyway.
That's true. It's probably going to be completely Capcom crowd, which it always has been a Capcom tournament. There's been, there was a Mortal Kombat 9 tournament there when it first came out, and it had I forget the numbers are low, of course, but I kind of feel like this is kind of the other option that could have happened when this scene decided to grow bigger, because this is a sign of growth. Does that mean we go for bigger venues or longer tournaments? Obviously we had a bigger venues and more resources. We could probably still keep a 2-day tournament. The place would just be fucking huge, and you can get lost in there, and it might get a little hectic. Versus a 3-day tournament where they can theoretically take on the same volume of game and players, but in a much more dragged out format that is clearly pissing some people off.
Well, and that's the thing too, is that part of the reason it's going to be 3 days too is that people will complain incessantly if their game, quotes, finger quotes, their game is not on stream.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, better yet, if their game's finals isn't played Sunday.
Yeah, and let's keep a couple things real. When it comes to stream viewership, nothing drives stream viewership in this community aside from Marvel at this point. Street Fighter 4, it varies. Like there are some streams it does really well on, and then there are other things I've seen where it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, go for it.
No, I was gonna say I've witnessed like sometimes KOF can barely break 1,000, and then on other tournaments it's like busting out 8, 10K.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's really no explanation for it that I can find. Some people just say, "Oh, KOF is just a good game," which it is. But I'm like, well, why isn't it doing like an average of 6?
No, I'm gonna. Okay, so this is how it is. People say KOF is the best game out there right now. Okay, a ton of people say this, and that gets stuck in people's heads. Like, oh, KOF is the best game out there because so and so says so. Okay, then stream viewership before was shit, complete shit for KOF. Then Evo rolls around, almost gets 100,000. All of a sudden, see that? It got more than Street Fighter 4, almost more than Marvel. It is the best game. When was the last time KOF broke 6,000 viewers? Since then,
Never?
Exactly.
No.
I think it hit 10K before. It hit 10K.
Probably?
It hit 10K at I want to say,
Gosh.
like Seasons Beatings, maybe.
Yeah, there was one that did happen after Evo that got a decent amount of viewers, but I can't name it off the top of my head.
It would have most likely been Seasons Beatings or the Atlas tournament.
Yeah.
Seasons Beatings because Mad KOF, Bala, Verna, or was it Verna or Lacid? Lacid was there.
Lacid.
Those three, and then the Atlas tournament.
And final round also had over 10K apparently.
Oh yeah, it's final round. I forget to mention final round. I love Larry. Larry, cool people. His tournament cool. He gets a shit ton of viewers, and it was team.
But I mean, honestly, for a long time, tournaments were 3 days quotes when really it was 2 days, and Friday would be the side tournaments. Like you'd have like team tournaments and side tournaments would be Friday. So it's like if you have time, show up on Friday. But now people are saying, and I mean, I engaged Jabali on Twitter about this, and he's like, well, you know, that was a different time when, you know, the side tournaments were a thing because these different scenes helped out. And it's like, honestly, look, at SCR, Mike Z brought all the setups for Skullgirls that they ran themselves, and he actually ran Guilty Gear too. That was on him. He didn't have to do that. He volunteered to do that. It's not like this is the past. It's just that tournament organizers now want to do everything themselves.
Yeah.
It's when they don't have to. They could just be like, hey, if you guys want to run Persona, you know, I mean, in this case, that doesn't count because it's an official Evo game. But on the normal thing, it's like, hey, if you want to run Persona. But you got to bring your own equipment and find a place to do it. Like, that used to work.
Another issue is actually a lot of people that run side events and just like side tournaments, they're like really discouraged because most of these events don't have a BYOC area anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I keep hearing about that. Like how people like it's advertised, but it's not actually there.
Yeah, and one of the issues to go on with that is there are times where I've heard of and I've actually seen people running side events get kicked out. Like, oh, you have to get out of this room. We need this setup for stations, or this area for stations, and they end up not doing anything with it. Or I've seen my favorite was once I've seen someone confiscate PS3s, or confiscate a whole BYOC area just to run Street Fighter 4.
Ah!
The guy's like, those are my setups.
Let me speak from a tournament director's fucking standpoint, and you think about it this way: if they're running side tournaments and having fun on their own, how the fuck am I making money?
Community.
Think about it that way.
You could charge $5 for entry into BYOC. I don't know.
Hey! You could be doing shit in that BYOC that could be illicit as fuck. How do I know that me running a limited liability corporation isn't going to come into contact with, you know, fucking drugs, coke, and what have you, fucking my thing over, dude?
Well, you just gotta freaking up your scumbag gamer, you know? It's something like every money match I get like 10% off the top, you know?
Oh, wow, we're doing that now? I didn't
Hey,
know.
man,
that's actually not that bad of an idea.
It's not a bad idea, is it? You know, you're gonna let these people run these.
Pretty nice flight tournament you got going on over here. Be a shame if something broke it up, huh? Coming up on a couple PS3 shorts and a
Side
monitor
tournament
broken?
Protection money, really? Is that what's going on?
Hey, man, if you're that worried about what's happening at your tournament, you might as well make it worth your while, right? Because they're gonna do it anyway. And you're going to have to go in there and be the asshole, and then everybody's going to say, man, this guy's a fucking douche, man. He won't even let me run my money matches on Arcana Hot, you know, and then it's shit like, you know, why not just go in there, be the not-so-good guy, and say, you know, I'll just take, you know, $20 off that $1,500 money match, or $200, whatever, right?
I mean, you know, honestly, if you want to look at on the other side of it, it's just like, look at somebody like Keats, UFGT. He even went on, he said, you know, side tournaments are fine if you guys can find the time and the space to run it. He made no guarantees. And that's, to me, as somebody, I want to play Guilty Gear. To me, that's fine. It's like, if we have the equipment and we can find a way to do it, I want to do it. But if we can't, we can't. That's just the way it goes.
Right.
So I think if people are really just looking for a guarantee, they're barking up the wrong tree, and this has never been the community to give you a guarantee on anything.
Unless your name is Gibby, because it kind of goes with the name.
Give you guarantee.
So,
Yep. Well, like you also brought up the fact that on 3-day tournaments that the first day, you know, pools start. I remember when they first started doing 3-day tournaments, like they were reserved for exhibitions, you know? Like when everybody first started really doing this, you know, like maybe some pool play would happen, but for the most part it was like for, you know,
it would be team tournaments.
Yeah, team tournaments, champ versus whoever in Marvel and AE or whatever, right? And so, like, that's what they did at SCR. And then as this season has progressed, people are just running pools on the first day, and nothing special is really happening. So Friday is almost a wash in a way, you know, because they're just doing shit they could have did on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then they're actually hurting themselves by not having as much material for the next 2 days, and then I mean if that's what unless they don't care, unless they like ending early or something, then whatever. But I just feel kind of like I feel like that's a wasted day if you're just gonna run pools, and what's to make me watch this on a Friday when I have to rush home from work to I don't want to rush home from work and watch pools of people I don't even give a fuck about on a Friday. I want to come home and watch like my friend or my boy, the guy I'm side betting on, in this freaking first to 20.
Well,
and
just gotta say
talking
you're not
about
supporting the community.
Well, and talking about the schedule, obviously the schedule for the stream came out earlier today, and I'm wondering how people are going to react to the fact that pretty much everything but Capcom is ending on Saturday.
I can imagine people will be upset.
I can too.
I don't personally care that much because we're getting our time. We're gonna go do what we do, and it's gonna be hype or whatever, or it might not be. Whatever. It doesn't really matter as far as people are gonna second guess it before it even happens. But at the same time, that is a little weird and out of that's out of character for us. We've been doing this the same way for years, and now it's kind of like Sunday is Capcom Day, and it's totally within their rights as TOs to do that.
Well, and two, the thing about it that I liked, as much as I hate 3-day tournaments, is that it makes my tournament experience a 2-day tournament experience. It's like pools are Friday, finals are Saturday for KOF. 2 days.
Yeah.
It sucks if you can't get Friday, though, and that's why I don't like 3-day tournaments, but still, it's like, honestly, all of us could be gone by Saturday night if we wanted to be.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that's actually what the KOF community will most likely do, because the KOF scene is ever since 13, they're really known for just bailing on tournaments right after KOF is done. Tournament's done, not even going to do casuals, just leave.
I mean, I can't really blame them because a lot of them have got stuff going on. I don't want to be like well, it's not really racist. A lot of these guys work a lot of they work, and they have a lot of crazy hours, and I'm surprised they make it to tournaments at all. Really.
Oh yeah.
So bailing on it after Saturday, especially when there's nothing really keeping them there on Sunday other than watching a bunch of games they don't played by a bunch of people they don't really know or care about.
Well, the thing with the 3-day tournaments and having some grand finals running on Saturday, that's fine and all, but how is that really going to affect top 8 viewership and whatnot? Are people even going to be aware when it's happening, or are people not just going to assume, oh, probably got to be on, grand finals? And then at the same time, what if people want to watch top 8 of a tournament? Let's say they're playing Street Fighter 4 or whatever, and they want to watch, Tekken, or their friends in there, or they're playing also. How's that really going to affect other people who is it going to give everything the necessary exposure, or people going to be able to have the same tournament experience as they would before? Because it seems like while there are more days, things are more or less kind of messy still. I don't know.
I guess we'd have to ask a broadcaster who does that. Somebody get Spooky on the line.
The thing about it too is that obviously part of the reason for having finals for everything else on Saturday and finals for Capcom on Sunday is a viewership thing. Especially if you're going to run 3-day tournaments, it is going to help viewership probably day 2 at the end of the day when some people might be getting tired to have finals of other games, and then all the main goobers online who constantly write "Where's Marvel" in the chat, they'll be there Sunday. They're not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So you might actually get a bump Saturday night when you might not otherwise.
Hey.
Guess we'll see how it plays out. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get
see
numbers. We'll have to go look at them or something because we'll be there.
Yeah.
Well, we can at least assure that at NCR we will not be running KOF finals at 3 a.m., right?
I'm not assuring anything.
Seg, please!
Then again, I'm not running anything, so you're all in luck.
Oh yeah, it's these two guys, huh? Fucking
and then Cap 1's supposed to be helping out with brackets as well.
Yeah, so we should be fine.
I'm not.
Oh,
doing
yeah.
anything. What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, you're not doing anything. You're just you're
Yeah,
just
he's
working the
fucking
booth?
working. Yeah,
Working a booth.
Working the booth.
he's gonna be on a completely different floor.
So it's
I'm
gonna
gonna be on a whole
Walkman
nother
and
level.
Cap One basically
I
running
suppose you could say that.
running booths. I'm interested. Honestly, I'm interested to see what the layout for this is because it's been a while since I've been to the domain, and I don't know exactly what the layout at NCR is going to be looking like. So I'm kind of interested.
Like I'm kind of used to it being at NBC Suites, so like I keep picturing NCR's hotel as NBC Suites with the atrium and everything, and the bar, and like the free breakfast in the morning. And I know the
And
domain
the bar.
and the bar. The bar's kind of nice, and then you go outside for a cigarette and you come back in, and there's the bar. Yeah, I don't smoke anymore though, so I won't be going
I don't
outside
know
for
what
any
you're talking
cigarettes.
about.
I'm talking about anyway. You don't need to know. But so like I'm
Right.
interested. I'm interested in seeing what this looks like now too, because I've been to the one when it was at the domain before it started going to Embassy, but it's been a while. I'll make the. You know, I just realized we haven't done recaps.
So
Yeah, it feels kind of good.
the only thing I want to
you want me
mention is
I can
that-
run through them in like 2 seconds.
Okay.
Reynolds lost something he shouldn't.
Hey-o.
Damn, that's like the story of the year.
Reynolds actually won, didn't he?
KOF.
Yeah, he did actually win.
Yeah,
with the
he won
rump there.
KOF. He probably
Look at
lost
the-
a match that he shouldn't have lost.
Exactly.
The only thing I want to bring up is Japan had a 5-on-5 tournament this past weekend. 5-on-5 on 5-on-5. Forgot all the teams that entered. I had a list somewheres, but basically the winning team. Let me see. I have it here somewhere. I'm sorry. It's taking a while to find out. Huh. Well, yeah. There was a bunch of big name players. I know it was.
I could tell you.
Yeah, go for it. You
was-
have it somewhere.
It was Dune, Kyabetsu, Rinomoto, Naoki, and Picnic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like.
The most
super
stacked
strong
team in the world, man.
Well, like Dune isn't as good as most the guys on the team. He's a solid KOF player, but he's not that great in this game right now.
Dude, fucking
But his
Rinomoto, Naoki, and Picnic alone. Holy shit.
Yeah, his teammates are legit. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much
Okay.
all I want to bring up. Don't care who got
Cool.
second, third, fourth, fifth. Yeah.
Other stuff coming out of last week was the release of Injustice. I was still in the Midwest at the time. We had a couple tournaments the first week. I only caught the one here for Wednesday Night Fights. I caught that online. I didn't catch Civil War, but I gotta say, as a viewer experience, stop doing week 1 tournaments. Holy shit. Please stop. It's
But if-
boring and it's ugly and there's nothing fun about watching it.
If we don't do
And
week
people
one
don't know how to
tournaments-
commentate it.
Yeah, that's one of the most important things. But like, here's my point: if we don't do week 1 tournaments, when else am I going to put in like what, a $16,000 pot for a game, a $20,000 pot for a game?
Did they put
I
in
don't know.
a
How about
fucking?
you spread that out to actually have a tournament series and keep the game alive? How about we do that?
Did they actually do that in the first tournament?
No, I think
It
it was
was-
2,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first week Wednesday Night Fights tournament was $2,000 added to the pot on top of entries.
That's the
I
fucking
believe-
lottery,
I believe-
man.
Oh, and speaking of entries, they had nearly 100 entries for Injustice.
Yes, it was.
Okay,
You know what
that's
I don't get? Is you mentioned the commentary thing about how terrible it is, because obviously the gameplay is going to be terrible, right? It's fucking day one, and there's like maybe a percentage of the people that actually play the game enthusiastically. They got it early, therefore they have a fucking skewed field. And some people are going to be kind of better, some people are going to be complete shit. But the commentary thing really, really hits home for me because you're playing a fucking comic book related fighting game and you can't come up with anything clever. Like, how bad of a fucking commentator are you that you're fighting, like you're watching Superman punch like Batman in the ass and you can't be like, whoop, looks like we found Batman's parents. Doesn't even have to be clever. Just fucking say some dumb shit every now and then. Instead, you're like, oh yeah, that moves minus 23 on block, even though we've established that the fucking in-game frame data is completely ass backwards.
That's a
Also-
box office blockbuster right there.
It's like, oh man, this dude plays Aquaman. I heard he likes to get wet. You know, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's really not that hard. Or honestly, if And I know not everybody can do it, and I know the guys at NetherRealm are swamped with promoting the game right now. But honestly, it would not hurt to have a few people who played the game beforehand or played it in beta testing there to talk about it a little bit more. I'm not actually sure. Obviously, they haven't released the name of people who went to Chicago to test the game beforehand, so I have no idea. But I mean, it seemed like the people doing commentary didn't know the game that well to begin with.
They pulled the Adam Sessler.
Yes.
That's unacceptable. It is. It's kind of like this is our community. This is our fucking community.
A flurry by
Yes, it's just shit like that. Like we hold ourselves to a higher standard than that, and then like why even fuck yourself like that? When I first started commentating KOF, like I didn't know everything about it, and a lot of my shit was just jokes and yelling and cussing out Roger Dodger on the mic.
So what is it now? Since Roger Dodger's gone, that's the only thing you have less?
Now I'm pretty much a one-man show.
Now it's just yelling into the mic. There isn't as much cussing.
Oh my god, you was a bitch!
And it's kind of distressing because I was actually looking forward to watching that because I like Injustice. I haven't gotten a lot of time with it yet, but I got it the Friday before it came out because we get everything early here in SoCal. And I started to play it, and then I went on my trip, and I barely touched it, and I haven't touched it since. So it looks like a fun game. I'm enjoying it so far, but that tournament on Wednesday did not make it look like a fun game. Straight up.
Oh, that's the way I like to look at it is like, how long does it usually take the Japanese to record a tournament and post it on YouTube, right? Usually it's like maybe the month after the game is released, or maybe even longer than that. And you're usually just seeing like random footage of just guys playing casuals, and usually some goofy shit is happening, but it's nothing serious.
Yeah.
I think we should sort of adhere to that sort of strategy. Like, it's okay if you want to broadcast matches, that's fine. Especially if you want to do it at a venue, cool. But a $2,000 pot bonus tournament on week one, and nobody really knows what the fuck they're doing, and I mean, it kind of feels like it's doomed to be off on the wrong foot.
Well, and there's another thing about, you said being off on the wrong foot. I think I understand that you put that pop bonus because you want to get people to try the game out, but I also feel like that just encourages people to pick it up for like a week and then not play it anymore. I feel like you want to put that money in keeping the game alive instead of like encouraging people to try it out. I mean, how many people in the fighting game community really were not going to at least take a look at Injustice? I mean, really? 5%? Maybe 10%?
Very few.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a winning product, It's DC.
Well, it's not even just that it's a winning product. It's a fighting game. It's a fighting game that has characters that people recognize.
Yeah.
I just don't see how you're going to be able to say, well, people just aren't going to play that. Like, oh, they are. Don't worry.
Well, these days, yeah, I kind of feel like if this was a little bit longer ago, like maybe back in the 90s, that might not have been so, but it's not, so it's not really much of a point. I don't know. I like to pretend like I still live in the 90s.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know even. Are you rambling over there? I'm not even sure what you said.
You damn kids and your fucking internet streams and get off my grass.
One of the guys in chat just mentioned that they basically spent $2K to get 6 hours of PR, which is pretty cheap. But as I already said, to me it was really bad PR. If I hadn't already decided I liked the game, I'm not sure that would have convinced me that I wanted to play it at all.
Well, you also have to ask yourself how many people in this scene are as, I don't know, what should I say, as analytical.
Discerning?
Yeah, discerning as you. How many people in this scene actually are good at giving a fuck?
Well, see, then why are we spending money on PR anyway?
Exactly!
I don't know. I was really convinced to go out and buy Injustice and be like, you know what I really enjoy? Having bullets fired into my ass at full screen. And full stage fucking unblockable glitches because stage hazards weren't really tested because no one that ever fucking beta test fighting games anymore has a fucking idea what they're doing. Like seriously, this is what you're giving to me to make me want to play your game? Like they've had better promotion with fucking Eris just streaming himself online playing the game. Cuz he's actually fun to watch. When you have like whoever the fuck it was that was commentating, whatever goobers do fucking Mortal Kombat out here. It's like, this was boring.
It was Wonder Chef, and I didn't catch the name of the other guy.
I'm going to say it's Crazy Bone, because it's always those two.
It wasn't good at all.
Yeah, it was
wasn't
just
Crazy
dull.
Bone, maybe it was Tyrant.
I like how Gibby is like that horse from Ren and Stimpy. He's like, no, sir, I don't like it.
No, sir.
That's all I am. No, sir, I don't like it. Yeah, everything they're saying is true. The commentary was complete and utter shit. Like, the gameplay being shit is understandable. But this game uses... What's just looking at it, it looks almost identical to MK9 in terms of the way it plays, outside of stage hazards.
When fucking... It still has the stance switch, which in MK9 was only relevant for fucking 2 characters at most for super specific, nuanced combos. And in this game, it's probably going to end up being the same fucking thing, which was a holdover from a mechanic, I guess, they left over when they were making MK9 initially. It's like, why does that button still exist? Why does it have the dumbest button check of all time when going to fucking defaults all the presets you've made already?
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm convinced that developers are kind of just, you know, they're hammering away at some kind of philosophy behind the whole button check shit. You know, there's a reason why they have not yet all jumped on the smart button check bandwagon. You know.
No, man, they're not hammering away at anything because that would imply that they're fucking blacksmiths and they're making things that are worth buying. They're shitsmiths.
They're turdsmiths.
Yeah,
Obviously-
like here's the thing: is that fucking MK9, after all of its patches, ended up being something that's pretty interesting to watch and not that fucking of an unbalanced game outside of some Cyrax things. This shit already looks like it's starting off on the wrong foot when they've had so much fucking time to learn from their own mistakes and from mistakes other companies have made and from the right way to do things that other companies have made, like smart button checks, like not having fucking, what was it? One side always winning trades and shit. They learned some things and then they fuck up everything else.
Hey man, you gotta do it one step at a time.
Want to play your game.
Just no man, it's NetherRealm Studios. Their mono is like, you know, just give us a chance.
Yeah, I'll give them a chance. The dude's name is Sanchez. Of course I'm gonna fucking give him a chance. Like, I'm looking out for you. Make me want to play this.
Oh no.
Makes a valid point, sir.
I don't know. I haven't touched it yet, so I can't say anything. I have not seen anything Injustice related gameplay. I've heard people talk about it for about 5 seconds before, you know, turning my head around. But I mean, it seems like half of the freaking community is split on it's a great game, I'm enjoying it, DC characters rock, versus I'm still playing Marvel. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Injustice and Mortal Kombat, are either of them going to be at NCR?
MK9 is. I'm kind of surprised that Injustice isn't, but maybe they decided that it was just going to be too soon to...
Well, of course! It's like, remember like people were talking about, can we get Guilty Gear plus R at EVO? And I'm like, does anybody even feel like they'd be comfortable with it?
I would.
We don't even know when it's coming out.
Well, no, that's the thing. Initially, it was announced that the game was coming out in February.
Oh,
That would
well,
have been enough time.
that is true. That would be enough time. But I'm saying, like, you know, now, looking at as time has flowed on, unless we all decided to start, you know, grinding it out on our Vitas, you know, it would be kind of moot.
True.
And I guess, I guess it could just be Injustice isn't there because MK9's the Evo game.
Yeah.
That is also true.
Well, and yeah. So speaking of NCR, I don't know if anyone else saw this, but Markman posted up that Daigo will actually not be attending NCR anymore. For what tournament was it again, Paul?
I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, I saw that on Twitter. It's just some event in Japan, so it's really interesting.
Oh man, that's not like him to flake like that.
It's a bit odd, that's true.
Yeah, he's starting to sound like an American FGC player.
It's like
Well,
that
I'm not
now,
going to
Chris?
NCR
it's like
anymore.
that?
Hollywood Daigo, man. Well, that sucks. That means, you know, now people really don't want to come to NCR.
Wow.
No, here's the thing. These top players, big names do two things. They attract people who just want to watch,
Yes.
and at the same time, they deter people who want to win from going. Not the top players who want to win, just the average Joe. It's like, oh, I'm going to go. I have to play Daigo first. Ugh.
Well, see, the dumb thing about that is, like, you know, only one of you is going to play Daigo early on. After, like,
Yeah.
you know, after a couple of wins, you're already gone anyway. And if you meet him later on in brackets, you deserve to play him. You know, whether you think that's good or bad. So,
Vaya versus Daigo, third strike. Ah, fuck. Sorry, I just had a really bad taste in my mouth from something. But go on.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know. Like, me personally, I don't care if a top player is coming or not. I'm still going to an event if I want to go. Names that are going don't matter. So, okay, and speaking of big names, I know we're going to have some decent names for KOF showing up to this thing. Let me-
Decent.
Well, I mean, when I say decent, I don't mean stellar. I just mean, you know, some pretty good players, big names. For KOF,
is that Sanchez is going to be there.
yeah, he's
There's
definitely
no confirm on that, dude. Daigo's not going anymore.
He's like, I've lost my will to live.
Yeah.
He's stellar. I mean, I'd say he's decent.
Yeah, so I know we're gonna have Cien there. He recently won Texas Showdown and does really well at the run back every week. Cannibalito's coming from Mexico. I think Lord Walkman is gonna be there.
Yeah, actually be somewhere.
We got everyone's favorite Chris G showing up.
It's true.
We have Polly from Mexico also showing. Last year's NCR champion Chris KOF. All the way from wherever the hell this guy lives now, came Blue River. What is Hell? Oh, Hell Pockets is going.
Oh, really? That guy?
Yeah, we have Air from Canada.
Give Sanchez money though. I hear.
Yeah, he is.
Better bring a big wallet.
We have John Redcorn showing up. I'm really excited to see John Redcorn.
This is for my people.
Luis Cha, Hanzo Gonzo, and I think the kid I respect the most in the fighting game scene right now, Mild Wallace. He's showing up too.
I respect the Mild Wallace too. He ain't pay up when he get bodied 5-0 in money match.
He didn't lose 5-0.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
To me.
Dude, we know how all your matches go. He probably like beat you fucking 3 times in a row, and
You
then like
can
1, 2 more, and then you're like, oh man, you
ask
paused it when the round ended.
You can
Gotta start
fucking
over.
ask him.
Oh, the NorCal special?
Yep.
He paused!
See, that's how you know PR Rock's officially NorCal now.
So the names I just mentioned are people who are confirmed going. I'm sure there are going to be other names that are going to be late registrations. Last year we had like I think 10 to 15 late registrations for KOF. I don't
There's
know.
supposed to be no late registration this year.
No, this year they are doing late registration. If for those of you who are going and haven't already registered, on-site registration is going to be Thursday night between 7 and 10 p.m. and then Friday morning 7 to 8 a.m.
So get over there.
Yeah, be sure to do it as soon as you can. Try not to do it Friday morning because that's going to be terrible. Thursday night is going to be easier.
Isn't that a change too? Wasn't it all supposed to just be done online this year?
Evo is. I don't know about NCR.
I forgot. Did I reg for Evo yet?
I hope so, because if you don't, you're getting
Yeah,
you're paying like $100 to play KOF, man.
Fuck! I better check on that.
You can hear Chris furtively typing away in the background. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Wait, are you guys fucking with me?
No,
I can definitely hear you
price
typing
shot
around
up
in the background.
$20. Yeah, price for Evo went up to $70, I believe, just to register.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So, and
What happens?
this goes to all of you out there too. If you haven't signed up for Evo, do it now before it jumps up to $90 to $100.
Don't be like me.
Or honestly, if you didn't really want to play that much, don't register because that's too much damn money.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
The rent's too damn high.
I don't like the fact that it's $20 and $40 for a spectator pass. Like,
Oh.
what is that? That really...
Yeah. And that's pretty hilarious considering they tried to do that spectator shit last year, and apparently, from what I heard, is that nobody watched the ballroom on Sunday anyway. so you could just walk in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm pretty sure there was a guy at the door that kind of looked at me a little bit, and I think he saw that I had something that looked like a badge.
he just thought you were cute.
Well, no, but see, that was probably during like the middle of the day, because by the end, like by I want to say SF4 and Marvel last year, there was nobody, because I definitely walked out to use the bathroom and walked back in, and there weren't even guards there anymore.
Wow.
No, they all left like around noon, 1 o'clock.
Into KOF.
That time.
Yeah, that's when everybody else left too.
Yeah.
I think
I know,
everybody,
The guards were only there to keep the Mexicans out.
Exactly.
they didn't do a good job. They all must have snuck in the back through the
There you
hole, the hole in the wall.
And speaking of that, I believe there's a spectator fee this year for NCR.
How much is that?
I don't know. Last year they had a spectator fee. I think it was $5.
I think it's $10.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it should
I've.
be- it's-
I've never paid spectator fee for NCR. Even when I went back when KO wasn't out, and I didn't compete anything. I just kind of walked in. Huh.
Yeah.
There's nobody ever enforcing it. There's nobody ever there. Like the only guy who theoretically would enforce it if he thought you were fucking up was John Choi.
Yeah, no, that's
And-
what I was gonna say. The
yeah.
first NCR I went to, I saw him booting people out.
Yeah.
Well, to be
Show's
fair,
great.
how do you enforce a spectator pass on a ballroom?
That's a good question.
Yeah, basically.
It's not like it's a convention center or a stadium or something like that. Good luck.
Well, I guess you just assume that everybody gets stopped at the door at least once and has to pay or present a pass. And then after that, you're just kind of like, washing your hands of it, hoping that you broke even.
I
Why don't they
guess.
just do the whole, museum thing where there's a suggested donation, but you don't have to pay?
Yeah, because if you get a spectator pass, you're going to spectate, right? Where is my guarantee of quality of play that I'm going to watch?
Yeah, where's my guarantee that, grand finals aren't going to be split pot and, grimy as hell and just bad?
That's why you volunteer, son.
Like, think of it this way.
Oh,
Think
yeah.
of it as if I'm just
Community
Joe
effort.
Blow off the street. And there's like, there's a tournament here for some fighting games. I played Street Fighter 2 back in the day, I'm a cool guy. I want to check this out. Oh, a spectator pass? These guys must be good. Let me pay these $10 and watch these dudes. I come in and I watch fucking Hell Pockets versus like Reiki or some shit, and it's the only match I get to see for a while because it's so goddamn crowded. I feel cheated.
I'm just gonna say really quick: if you're a Street Fighter guy from back in the day, all you do is you call John Choi and they get you in for free. That's
Damn.
how the fighting game community works.
Blown up.
Not saying Choi himself would actually do that thing, but that's how it works at every
Oh,
tournament.
that's how it goes. Yeah.
Choi's pretty cool. I mean, I remember this one time the first time I commentated for NCR, and I walked in at 8 a.m. holding like a case of Tecate over my shoulder. And he just gave me like the most like, "Are you fucking serious?" look, And I told him, "Oh, don't worry, man. It's cool. I'm commentating Street Fighter for you."
Wow.
I'm going to have to remember that one. I'm going to go to an MLG event and I'll be like, yo, Choi, get me in.
Like that. No, I only said I don't know about Choi because I've actually never talked to the guy.
No, I'm just kidding.
He's an alright guy.
I'm sure he is no way affiliated with that. And he's like, no, I don't know how you think that this is going to work. How'd you get this number? I don't know you.
I don't know you. Play with me.
Oh my shit.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
interesting with the question mark that has been put on numbers because people are complaining about the 3-day tournament and the wide range of games. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of turnout the tournament gets, actually.
Well, I mean, I was hoping for somewhat like SCR numbers, but I also know that not a lot of people tend to travel to NCR. In the past, we've gotten some international talent, and it has been pretty big on for Capcom games, of course. But we, like you mentioned before, with the 3 days, and we got a much larger player base and the game base. It kind of the volume, the freaking tub of people that can come in widens, but the attendance does not grow larger. So
Well,
let's
and you got to figure that the last few Cross Tekken tournaments at Super Arcade have gotten like 5 people or something.
as it should.
So, I mean, it's probably not that bad, but there was definitely one week where they got 4, I think.
Yeah, that's the one where Mike Ross got fourth.
Yeah. 0-2'd.
What? Really?
Yeah, he did.
Oh my god.
He said he was going to retire, but it was a lie.
Oh shit. I would retire. I'm gonna retire after this even probably.
Come on, you know the way the economy's going, nobody can retire. Bazing!
Oh,
Wow.
state employed KOF player. Oh shit. Well, like I'm hoping attendance is, not necessarily record numbers, but enough to, keep the idea alive. I mean, not a lot of people will remember NCR used to be a 2 tournaments a year kind of thing.
I miss that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's almost better than having a 3-day tournament. It's just to be like, I'll go to, NCR whatever during the spring, and then NCRX or Super NCR in the fall or the winter,
Mm-hmm.
And
That used to happen in the Midwest, too, because we had Midwest Challenge and Midwest Championships. Midwest Championships would be during the summer, and Midwest Challenge would be like during the winter.
I wonder what happened to make people actually want to just do one a year, though. Was that
I think it's because everybody wanted to start having a quote-unquote major.
You could have like 2 majors in 1 year, can't you?
You can.
I mean, NCR, both of the NCRs are pretty much on major status for the time.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, one was suffering because of the other. It was just 2 really big tournaments a year.
Wouldn't one, come near the beginning of the season and then one right near the end?
Yeah. There was one definitely right before summer in May. And I want to say the second one was in...
November.
Yeah, November. It was
that was always cool.
I always enjoyed the hell out of those. That's where I met Gibby.
Mm-hmm.
Fun times.
Just fun times.
Fun times.
And also, I actually wanted to bring this up. I forgot to tell everyone. We're going to be doing several exhibition matches at NCR. Most likely not on stream. We will be recording them on the side, and we'll stream them at a later date. I haven't gotten a schedule for everything we're going to be doing because I still need to confirm with several of the players if they're going to do it. But right now, for certain, we have it's Hell Pockets versus Sanchez and KOF. Hell Pockets versus Sanchez and Guilty Gear.
That's tentative.
Oh, okay, I see. What else is there? Hell Pockets versus me. I think KOF.
What?
There was another.
I can't be doing all these matches, man. It doesn't even make any sense.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Somebody else has to lose. I already beat Hanzo Gonzo and lost in space.
I think that was in Third Strike. I can't remember.
Oh, was in Third Strike. Yeah.
Okay, so Sanchez versus Reiki, first of 5. I don't know what the Hell Pockets or what you and Sanchez are going to be doing in KOF and Guilty Gear. How far you guys are going?
KOF will be first to 5.
What's that?
KOF will be first to 5.
Guilty Gear will go by quicker. I'd say first to 5 for that as well. Don't know if you guys agree.
I don't know.
I would like to see my boy Mild Wallace go up against NorCal's one of NorCal's champions, Reiki. He actually won a tournament up there, so technically he's a champion. I would like to see it. I don't know if the two have played each other before, but it would be a really good match to watch. I'm going to set up more as we go along. I am most likely not going to be in any of them because I'm going to be busy as crap. If I do any of them, it's going to be pretty funny. I know someone wants to play me in a couple old SNK games, which should be hilarious because I'm just going to go one-handed and have fun. And I don't know what else. Actually, Super FX, or Paul, didn't you want to challenge Hell Pockets?
He what?
You even there, Paul?
I think he ducking out on a brother. Yeah, he don't want none of this.
Would you play Super FX and Guilty Gear if he used his worst character?
Why do I have to play? I haven't even practiced Guilty Gear in like...
Okay, that's it. Stop.
Let's just fucking talk about it. I got all these other matches to do. I gotta commentate. I gotta take your ass and get some fucking buzz somewhere around there. It's a busy weekend. And on top of that, I've only got $20 in my pocket.
Okay.
You need to shut the
Macklemore
fuck up.
and you should feel horrible for quoting him.
Hold on.
Also, I think you scared. But anyway.
Okay. Actually, Fadecon, are you gonna be there? And no, okay. So some of the SoCal players who aren't showing up that I know for sure aren't showing up. Kane 317, CMD Duck, Mr. KOF, TC the Beast, TC Real Kim. I don't know if Ziwa or Shinkoto are showing, but yeah, it's everyone keeps saying they want to see Michelle's versus Kane 317 match, but that's not going to happen.
Why not?
Kane 317 is not going to be there. Dipshit, didn't you hear what I was saying?
No, I don't really pay attention to when you talk anymore.
Damn it. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, so I mean, it sucks that a lot of these guys can't make it, but it should still be a good show. We will let everyone know what matches we record. As we're recording them, we'll probably take pictures again. I doubt there's going to be trash bags involved this time. Pretty sure there's going to be one-handed ass beatings, though.
Oh yeah, we should ask people what they want to see happen. You know, like obviously there are some people who think they can beat you in Garo Mark of the Wolves.
Yeah.
So they should step up. There are definitely some people in NorCal.
There you go. So, Paul, would you be down to do that? Just take on all comers in Guilty Gear.
I don't know. It depends. Depends on how I feel.
Okay.
You're gonna be feeling great, champ. You're rough. You can eat nails and crap lightning.
What?
Yeah.
Sounds like you need way more fiber in your diet.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, I mean, if people want to play some like matches that we can record, I'll play.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, and if you guys have any matches you want us to try to have to like get recorded or to see happen, send us a tweet. What is it? @SDRcast or message one of us, particularly me or Hell Pockets, or not me actually. I'm not gonna have internet at the venue. Hell Pockets or SDRcast. We'll be able to check it and we'll see what we could set up. We do want to do as many matches as possible, and it doesn't just have to be KOF. It could be whatever.
Yeah.
But games that people actually play, and that would be fun to watch. Like someone suggesting that we play Neo Turf Masters or Neo Geo Cup '98.
Dude. So me and Walkman were talking last night, and I was just bullshitting. But what about Crash and the Boys Street Challenge money matches, rooftop jump?
Or even just have like a 4-man thing and we just run through the game.
Can we kick Chris off the podcast?
What's wrong?
Come
That game was awesome, dude.
Is that possible? Do that.
Crash and the Boys, dog.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, we can do a wide variety of games, but of course we just want to stick to fighting games for the most part. Windjammers would be neat. Neo Turf Masters cool, but some of these games just take too damn long.
Somebody said something about magical drop money matches. You can't do that because Justin will come over and destroy it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Justin,
let this kid see me in Money Idol exchange you.
we've had the best, some of the best consistent magical drop 3 players who've been playing the game since it came out, and these guys are stupid good. I've known them for years. They're like, oh, I'll take out Justin. Justin destroyed every single one of them, no problem, in under a minute. So
Justin is apparently just unbelievably sick. I think it's at 3.
If you guys want a money match, Justin, play him in Windjammers as an exhibition. Just bring him over. And you'll see.
Don't tell what he's playing.
Somebody did say Gibby versus Nerd Josh in Breakers. That would be funny to see at Evo.
yeah, I'll do it. I'd play him in that and whatever the hell other game. Well, is Nerd Josh going to be there?
I don't think he's going to be at NCR, but I said at Evo.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I'll play him at Evo. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Someone told me he's supposed to be legit at Mark of the Wolves too. Also, I should be playing our good friend Mr. Spooky.
Oh yeah, you're going to play Vic, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be a
That
good
goal
exhibition
is fun.
match.
Yeah. Should be good.
Rare
So-
footage of Spooky actually playing games.
And,
It's funny too because he's pretty good.
Yeah, he whooped Hans's ass. And that was like the battle between the top streamers at Southtown Arcade and KOF.
That's not really saying much.
No, it is saying a lot. Hans actually practiced KOF at the time, and Spooky was like, KOF is pretty, I'll try it out. Fucking tore him up.
But okay, so you have Spooky, you have Vic, who was the best, basically like the best multi-blood player in America, versus Hans, who was some guy who played Third
He is
Strike.
the America's K-Dash. And when I say Americas, I mean both North and South.
Damn.
Hey, man, he actually invented kill strat.
To be fair, Spooky had a leg up because he's ESL.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah. Just once again, if you do want to see any matches, send us tweets. You can start sending them now. Let us know. The earlier you send it, the easier it'll be to get these things set up. Of course, there's always a chance that one of the people will decline the match, or we won't have time to do it. But we will try to do as much as we can, because we will have pretty much all day Saturday to work with, a good chunk of Friday, and all day Sunday if people decide to stick around.
Yeah, so
don't forget to tweet us at Tweet us at SDRcast, so that's just SDRCAST, or at Hell Pockets or at Manchester.
Right. And if you're in the area, just come out and we'll fucking chill and. Well,
ask me for a high five. I'll give you one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. Ask me and Sanchez for high fives. We'll give you high fives.
Chest bumps. No photos though. Those are that cost money.
Only if you buy like an 8x10 glossy of me, I'll sign it. And then call the police and have a restraining order filed, because I have no idea how you got that shit.
Yeah, actually, if you want shit signed, bring all your horse heads to me. I'll sign them. I've already signed one horse head. Might as well sign some more.
I'll be there signing your girlfriend's titties.
Wow, thanks, Chris.
Class act.
Chick!
Excellent. Yeah. Man, I had a nice joke lined up there with, kind of fit this whole motif, and you just had to shit on the whole thing.
What?
Just became super creepy.
It just became super bad. I was going to be like, hey, if you guys want me to sign your physical copy of 3SO, just, bring it on over. But then you just had to fucking ruin the entire thing. Fucking crap.
That's what I do, man. That's what we black and or African Americans do.
Aw, you're not a true American like me?
No, man, apparently not.
A sad day.
Double American. Walkman is double American.
Double American. This guy is like Admiral
He lives,
America.
He eats, he sleeps, he breathes the flag.
Yeah.
This is NCR 11, right?
NCR 11? Yes, this would be NCR 11. Ooh, we should run KOF 11.
Well, yeah, we actually have one match lined up, which would be Four Leaf versus Soulstar.
Oh!
Soulstar was saying he was the best KOF 11 player in NorCal and possibly the majority of the states. And I really want to see these two go at it with each other.
You know what his team was?
I don't know. I honestly didn't know who Soulstar was till a few years ago, till like KOF 13 came out.
That's because you just was sleeping on NorCal, baby, man. We was like,
I've been to NorCal several times. To play
we was about that life, man. You know about rolling on dubs, man, rolling on 11s.
Who played SNK games in NorCal was
me.
Bugtooth. And he was the only one relevant in SNK games at the time.
Well, that's because we all were too busy playing in our basements.
Oh, okay. Four Leaf is saying he hears Soulstar's team was Kulagato Oswald.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
That's what everyone ran.
Not me, man. I ran freaking K, Shinwoo, Terry.
Okay.
And that's why nobody heard of you. So moving on.
You know what?
Chris, I was actually resolved to not make fun of you, but you make it too easy.
I'm not even saying anything!
I try to not pick on you because it's too easy, but it actually makes me angry, some of the things you say.
I'm sorry, they just come out. I'm trying to get help for it.
You really should. You should probably talk to somebody like, how can I not make a big target on myself at all times? Maybe I shouldn't say I played Terry in games where he's terrible.
He wasn't bad in 11.
Not good.
He was passable. He could win.
He's no Oswald.
There was a guy who made it to SBO finals with Terry in 11.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, he actually played the game more than once a month, like you did in NorCal, because there was nobody to play with.
Dude, we were all up in there. It's just that we had like 8 guys, and then every now and then you'd have somebody come from out of town. Like we had a guy who was actually from China who was an exchange student at SF State, and he played, and he was pretty good. And then we had a Mexican player named Luis who came up there, and he was also pretty good. And yeah, we had a scene. There were people that played. We were definitely better than San Jose.
San Jose doesn't even exist to people outside of the West Coast.
Well, then that's their problem.
What about the shows?
No, yeah, I was about to say, until they had a hockey team, the only thing that ever referenced San Jose was that song. Do you know the way to San Jose? That's it.
At least they have a song.
Skin because nobody knows where the fuck that place is, man.
I'm just gonna say I'm pretty sure Johnny Cash referenced San Jose because he's traveled every road in this here land.
That's a good point. Touche.
Everywhere, man. Well, aside from making fun of me, did you guys want to talk strategies or anything?
What?
Well, people always tell us we should talk about Caleb's strats.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, let's talk
Okay,
about a strat that's
so-
near and dear to all of us. Sanchez,
Yeah.
would you like to tell people rule 1?
Yo, okay, so this doesn't limit itself to the confines of KOF. This can go for any fighting game. This should be rule number 1 in your book. Rule number 1: don't get got.
Yeah,
There's
that's
too many
very.
people out there that are getting got, and they're just fucking it up. Don't go downhill from there.
Yeah, you're really robot-y.
That's
Yeah,
I don't know.
kind of awesome.
Yeah,
See that robots?
We have
telling you guys-
Sanchez.
yeah. We have
Box
Shin
3000.
Mecha Sanchez for in the real life.
Go on.
That's it, man. That's just rule 1.
Yeah.
Don't
So,
get got.
as an example of Rule 1 possibly doing something like, I don't know, with Terry stand B down forward C and getting punished when it gets blocked.
You know that means
Yeah.
you got. Don't
But
get
that's an example of getting got.
Yeah.
That is an example.
For people who may not understand what getting got means. For people who are not versed with the gotten.
You just keep
Just one gotten picking minute. Yeah, don't get got, guys. That's when you realize that your life has just gone down the shitter. You got.
It sounds like you're
It's
getting
over.
got by a tiny dog right now.
Yeah, he needs to go away.
Sounds like a god.
Honestly, I think that about is the show. We don't really have anything else.
No, you don't.
Really nothing else?
I got a video that I want Help Pockets to play on our way out.
Huh.
I think I might have a better video. You go ahead and find your video. I'm gonna find my
Oh.
video.
I already
But
posted
you
it.
guys find videos, and I'm gonna sign us out. So, for the crew at Super Desperation Radio, always remember Rule 1, and good night, and good luck.